Good morning, John. I am at Open Sauce, and that's why my voice sounds a little bit rough. Because no nerd has yet invented the thing where you go into the party, everybody gets an earbud and a little microphone so that they can talk to each other. Gotta be a way to do this so you don't have to yell all the time. I don't like it. So loud. Open Sauce is like an event for people who make stuff and make stuff about making stuff. And now that I say it, I have actually seen people make stuff about making stuff about making stuff. It's a genre. I'm on some panels, lucky enough to be able to record a couple Ask Hank Anythings. And most importantly, it is an event that my 9-year-old son really loves. And it is not often that a dad's business trip gets to also be a thing that the child really wants to do as well. Certainly not all of my business trips fit into this category. I was recently at the Media Impact Forum, which is a gathering of people who make and fund public media, which is very good vibes, very cool people. I mean, the vibes are kind of shaky considering the state of things, but honestly, it was good. It wasn't all doom and gloom. It wasn't all just that people were focused on solutions. Anyway, it's a great event. I just don't think that it's for a 9-year-old. And yes, 9-year-old. John, for some reason, it seems like I've been recently bombarded with indications that my current age is middle age, or perhaps beyond. I mean, if you multiply my age times 2, but that's not really the thing that lands. What lands is like when one of my favorite artists is celebrating like the 30th anniversary of their breakout album, or our parents celebrating their 50th anniversary in a place where they celebrated their 25th anniversary, which I attended as at what I considered at the time to be an adult. Or one that's very Hank Green specific, somebody saying, oh man, you helped me so much back when I was in high school. Also, I went and looked just now and I watched the Vlogbrothers video that you uploaded on the day I was born. Or it might be sneaky little health problems that I feel like I'm gonna have forever, though honestly, I have had those since I was in my 20s. Or this is a new one for me, but also it's a sort of much more general middle-aged thing maybe, having skills that I developed that were valuable that are now becoming obsolete. I was actually just talking about this one with Michael Stevens from like Vsauce, Michael Stevens. And he said that he felt very accepting about this, that like the reality that once he had skills that were very in demand and would require a lot of time to develop are now accessible to basically anyone is a sign of human progress. That ability is now open to way more people, which is a privileged take, of course, but weirdly, I had not actually thought of it inside of that frame before. Open Sauce is interesting as a middle-aged because a lot of the people presenting their weird things that they've made are young folk. I had talked to teenagers yesterday who had made things that I could not make. Everything from like a stuffed animal memory game to a 3D printed phone cleaner to an agricultural drone. And in no way did it bother me that these young people have skills and capabilities that I do not have. That's always gonna be, people are gonna be younger and older and doing different things. But the thing that lands is that they're looking at me like I'm a middle-aged man, which, let me explain for a moment. Obviously I am, but the reason this is disconcerting is because I remember being 18 and I can remember how I imagined 46-year-olds. Basically what I'm saying is 46-year-olds can remember what it was like to be 18, but 18-year-olds cannot remember what it was like to be 46. And so there's gonna be a mismatch between those two perceptions. And that mismatch between what I remember imagining 46-year-olds to be like and what it actually is like to be 46, I think that's a big part of the feeling of getting old being a little uncomfortable. Basically, when you're young, you don't know what it's like to be old. When you're old, you do know what it's like to be young. And one of the things I remember about being young is how I perceived 46-year-olds, and I did not see them then the way I see myself now. And I think that's likely one of the big disconcerting things about aging. The perception that you had when you were young versus the experience that you have when you're older. And that's not something that it's easy to package up into a nice little video when I'm sitting on the floor of a hotel and have a bunch of stuff to do. But it is a thing that is definitely worth spending some time with. John, I'll see you on Tuesday.